Social Businesses, Full Speed Ahead or Proceed with Caution by Benjamin Adair. Introduction. According to Gartner Incorporated, 30% of internal social networks will soon be necessary for running your business. They will become as necessary as email and telephone. Some of the things we're going to discuss in this presentation are how internal social networks work, how to implement them, how they are beneficial, and do they benefit all companies. Management, organization, and technology factors responsible for implementing adoption internal corporate social networks. An example, the company BASF prohibits some project teams from using email. They do this to encourage employees to use the social networks that they have in place. Management needs to understand how employees will use these social networks. That way they know whether or not they need them and how they're going to be used. Employees need to be willing to try new technology for it to be successful. If the employees are unwilling to use the new technologies that are being put into place, then they won't work. Employees need to be willing to try out the new processes and to learn them. Management needs to know how a new network would help improve business. Management doesn't want to have a repeat of what happened with NASA's Spacebook, where they didn't know how it was helping employees do their jobs and how it was benefiting them. So management needs to know and teach the employees how it's going to help them improve upon their job. Comparing the two companies that were in the book that were using the social networks, we've got Bayer Material Sciences and Carlos Bakeshop. For Bayer Material Sciences to implement these new social networks, they made the tools accessible, they demonstrated the value, and they taught their employees how to use it properly and how it would benefit them. Now 50% of employees are active in these networks, and because of this they have they can gain knowledge quicker. They have increased their efficiency, and they have lower operational costs. For Carlos Bakeshop, before they started using these social networks, they were mostly paper-based, and a lot of times they would have to remake or refund customer orders because they were either messed up, or they had forgot about them, or they had lost their paperwork, or they couldn't read the order because it was all handwritten. So they started using new social networks, which the employees were resistant to use at first. They didn't like having to learn the new networks and thought it was a waste of their time, but management demonstrated the benefits and how it would help them improve, and because of that, errors are now down by 30%, and the cakes are being produced more efficiently. Why were they successful? Because they had proper knowledge on how to use these networks. Management showed the employees how they would benefit, and it now has made it easier for them to handle the paperwork, and they are more efficient because of the social networks that they are using. What role did management play in this process? Management informed their employees of the new networks, and they showed them the benefits, and they taught them how to use it and how it would help them improve on their jobs and how it would make their lives easier. Should all companies implement internal enterprise social networks? Why or why not? All companies have the opportunity to improve from internal social networks. It allows them to communicate between employees faster, and you don't have to be in the same location. It allows them to be more organized with the information that they share and store, and it makes it easier for them to view and share documents with each other. In conclusion, internal social networks only work if the employees are willing to use them. Management has to be able to show how these networks will improve their business operations. Management has to be willing to teach their employees how to use these networks properly, and all companies can benefit from internal social networks. A couple examples of some of the internal social networks that are being used today. There's Slack, which is an app that's kind of like texting. It brings all your communication together and it stores it in one place, and it allows employees to share information with other employees regardless of their location. There's Zimbra, which allows you to share files and folders with anyone within your company anywhere in the world. And there's Zoho Connect, which allows employees to connect with one another instantly. This allows employees to communicate with each other regardless of their location and share any information that they have, and it allows them to be able to bounce ideas off each other and just plan for whatever they need to. First question I came up with was how are internal social networks changing the way businesses operate? It allows for faster communication among employees. It's made it easy. There are easier ways to share information. Companies can have meetings while their employees are in different parts of the world, and it is giving them an easier way to store information. The second question I came up with is, what are some disadvantages of internal social networks? Employees have to learn the new technology. Not all employees want to learn how the new networks work and how they'll benefit them. Some employees are stuck with what they have and they don't want to learn new technology, even if it is going to help them do better on their job and make their lives easier. And management has to spend time teaching employees how they work, which is time that management could spend doing other tasks. And here are my sources. Thank you.